Started drinking because I've always felt, because I was adopted from a young age, so I think I've always had quite strong abandonment issues.
Yeah, I was sold as a child from the age of 7. I was given valleys every day so that I didn't know what was happening. But I did, yeah, of course I did.
My life was just an existence, basically. I used to take a lot of ketamine from a young age, like 15 years old, but my addiction got worse as I got older.
I was drinking heavily, very heavily. I didn't like it, I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. I was in a very violent on both our part relationships, where we were permanently watching your back and he was watching his back. We were just killing each other.
A disgrace, a bad mother, a bad daughter. Just a failure. Failure in life. Didn't think I could succeed at anything. I felt lonely. When my kids got took.
I come home one day when I was 15 and my mum upped and left, after she sold me for a good 8 years. She just went and left. And so then I went to the next door neighbour and just virtually just went with the flow.
I assaulted my mother, I attacked her, was arrested, and for obvious reasons I couldn't go back to my mum, so I was put in care and I was shifted around a couple of care rooms and I just wasn't coping. But for me, the guilt, I could not cope with the guilt of what I did to my mum.
I didn't know at the time, but I felt comfy in hospital. I was self-harming and things, just to get, in my own little comfort zone where I know I was safe.
Lonely, isolated, suicidal, attempted taking my life a few times.
Yeah, a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, but just, about how I've treated people, especially my family. But I had to, try and block them feelings out. I didn't have to, but I needed to, because I don't know where I would be right now if I didn't self-medicate. But, very selfish in my addiction, very, very selfish. I wouldn't care for no one or anything.
It was horrific. Yeah, it's been horrific. It's been a horrific life. Being sold, I've sold myself, I've abused myself, I've let people abuse me, I've let people walk all over me. I had no respect for myself, no dignity, I had no life, I had nothing, I had no feelings. And if I did have them feelings, then they was really deep down.
I couldn't keep down a house, I was staying in a place, couldn't hold down a job, I was getting fired from jobs, turning late, being drunk, and basically just my life was just revolved around alcohol and finding alcohol.
So it was an awful, a massive black hole to be in. I couldn't have the energy to claw myself out of it, even though I had a lot of, my family are absolutely amazing. But I didn't want them to see me how I was, and because they wanted the best for me and I wanted to do what I was doing, I kind of pushed them all away. So no, it was living a nightmare.
But it came to the point where, I suppose street work, escort work just killed me because I didn't want to do that. I never wanted to do that. It broke my soul. And then I just gave up.
I've been in jail for a long time, altogether about 14 years. I was in jail for about 12 years, and then I was let out, and I thought, okay, I've not got a drinking problem anymore. But I was looking at my phone and I saw between the 2 bank accounts I've got, I had enough for a pint, and it just seemed balls up alley, just straight down to the pub, just without even thinking. And I just sat there at a pint and thought, this isn't normal, this is, you first thought of being of alcohol before food or anything.
And I wasn't eating much either because that cost money. It's like if I went to get a block of cheese, I weren't going to buy a block of cheese because I could buy vodka for that. So it was coming, I don't know, God help me if I were like it, I couldn't have carried on.
But yeah, so I gave up eating and drinking. They gave me a few weeks to live, and then my key worker came in and said we need to get into rehab. But by then, do you know what I mean, I was just like 6 stone, and I couldn't say no or anything. And so he just got me in straight away, and that, like they say, it's higher power. It must be my higher power. Something must, because I hated myself. I thought I was disgusting, especially when I done my street work. That just killed me. Absolutely wiped me out, because it made me feel like I was my mum, and I couldn't get out of that because I looked like her, talked like her.
When I last tried taking my own life, I was lucky to pull through it. I realised that my kids need a mum, and they needed me in their life. And what would it be like without me being there for them? So I knew I needed to get help.
Went to Wymont jail and I did something called the therapeutic community, which is sort of like a rehab in jail. And that's where I made the start. The start to the journey to recovery.
And then getting into recovery, God, it was bad, because I had all these defences, I had all these barriers up, and I hated men. And he was a man, James Downey was a man, and he was in authority, and I'd fight him all the way. And then after 6 weeks, I went, oh God, you can have my can I say shit? I said, oh, you can have my shit. And it was then that I looked at him and I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have to say he's all right, because I see something different in him, because like, to me, he was like this power, authority, and I thought, God, I hate you, I hate you. So it was a big thing.
I started routes to rehab, and I had to attend groups consecutively so I could get funding for a place into the DEEP programme. Really nervous at first when I first walked in.
This was a different method of treatment. It was a lot more involved, it was a lot more intensive. And for a lot of it, I fought against it. I thought, no, I know best. I know what's best for me. And again, that became quite quickly apparent that I didn't.
I just come via from another treatment centre where I walked out of, and within 4 days, I knew that I didn't pick up. I knew that I still needed help, and that's what Acorn has given me. I didn't know what to do, what to say, and I just got open and honest, and it's been amazing.
Did you find it easy to just become open and honest?
No. I had to sit and listen to other peers and gain the trust from my counsellor. And then it just started flowing from me. Yeah. The more honest I got, the more well I thought I was getting, you know.
I think the hardest bit for me was the grief letter that I had to write. To my daughter, you know, she's 4. So having to write that and tell her that, you know, I was dying and stuff was really, really bad. That was the turning point where I had to sort myself out. Couldn't ask to be in a better place at that moment in time. Making me see what's actually going on at home was amazing. And because I always thought that when I'm not being there, I can't be hurting anyone if I'm not around, but it was totally the opposite.
It's shocking, you know, it shocks you into reality what they have done to the people around me that love me. It's like, I had to speak for what Sasha had been through, because she like kind of protected my other daughter too. She's like Jada. They both had to protect each other from the person that should be protecting them. But to see what I'd done to my family properly, it was hard, but that's what I needed. I really needed that reality check.
My grief letter to my son, yeah, that was hard. That was painful. I started isolating when I read that out, But I'll come around and, yeah, the best thing ever done. Yeah, just don't want to go, don't want to be in that place, ever.
The turning point was my grief letter, not my grief, a letter to my mum saying I forgive her. Do you know what I mean? That I forgive her and it's all right. Well, it's not all right, but I forgive her and she has to live with whatever she lives. And from that, and a letter to myself was the hardest thing. Writing about myself and saying nice things to myself, that was like really hard. But when I wrote them 2 letters, afterwards it was like I found peace. Do you know what I mean? Just forgiving my mum, because I couldn't take that on anymore. I couldn't take it. It's just killing me. Do you know what I mean? It made me feel worthless, piece of shit. Sorry.
Talking through the mirror too, because I hated that mirror. I absolutely despised the thing, and I used to just freeze up every time I got it out. But in the end, it gradually, I actually could look in it and see a different person. Because that took, James knows about that mirror. I just hated the mirror. Because I could see things I didn't want to see from the past. But with his guidance and help, that cleared. You know, I could deal with it. It wasn't carried with me.
I've learnt that I can deal with my emotions properly in a manner without just storming off and running away from my problems, you know. Face it head on. That's the way I've been taught to do it, and that's the way I'll stick by it.
I think for me, the best thing was a trust exercise, because James, the counsellor, he turned around and said, right, I want you to tell something you've never told anyone, another living soul. So I thought, I'll give this a shot. And I disclosed something that I've never told anyone before, and I was expecting to get, you know, all sorts, but there was acceptance there, and that allowed me to trust people more. Because this thing I did, he wasn't nice. He was quite horrible. But me disclosing that and getting no judgment, so like, yeah, there's something here. I can trust these people.
Now moving forward, I'll be looking at, well, I've started enrolling in college, doing my maths and English, going back to basics on that sort of thing. I'm slowly rebuilding the trust with my family. You know, getting back on track with them. That's the most important thing. Being in the treatment centres give me enough time to regain my health and really get back to being well.
I'm at college now, and I never ever thought at my age of going to college, because I was never into anything. So now it's bringing my confidence out, you know, I'm learning for the future. Volunteering, I'm waiting, you know, to do ramp. I just see a future now. Before I didn't see a future. My family, I've got a bit of trust back from them, which is such an amazing thing. Because I did crush them.
Only last night my parents rang me, and we would never do that, so I'm persistent with me girls, do you know what I mean? And they're so proud of me, even though I've not been in their life for like 20 years. And now I'm at college, I'm doing computers, I'm doing English, I volunteer on ramp for Acorn, which, you know, every day I never did nothing, literally. And now it's just like, wow, I'm just fitting as much as I can do and just try and do anything that anybody wants. Not anything that anybody wants me to, but wow. You know, I've got structure in my life now where I didn't have that before. I didn't have nothing like that before.
I'm going to go to college, enroll in college. I've never got anything out of life apart from my kids. I had my son young at 15, never achieved nothing. So that will be a big goal for me, to go and enrol at college and do some voluntary work. I'm really looking forward to it.
Hoping to do some volunteering soon. I've got my confirmation coming up with the church, so I'm involved with the church. I've probably built my trust back with my mum, because in the past I'd say, right, mum, I'm giving up alcohol. And the first couple of times she believed me, but after a while, you know, it's just, you can just see, yeah, okay, son, I believe you. And you can just tell, it's just the face gone. But I mean, I saw her just before Christmas. And she said to me, she said, oh, my sister was there, my mum, and she said, I'm so proud of you, I know you can do this. And that was like, wow. And I shared that in group, and that's probably the first time I cried in group, saying that, sharing that, because it's just so powerful to me.
Most important message would be like, just get it done. You know, there's a lot of people where I live that are still bad on ketamine. Most of them are my friends, good friends. You know, there is time to get well. This is not the end of the road.
There's hope, and there's people willing to help you change and grab it with both hands.
Just take a risk. Give all those toxins that you're putting in your body out, because it just messes you up, it confuses you, you're just lost. Just take a risk and try and get yourself to rehab.
Yeah, when you're in the madness, you think that everything's okay, and it's when you look at it from clean eyes, you realise the hurt and the pain and the suffering you've caused and loved ones around you.
Get to meetings and get a sponsor. That's what I've been told. That's what's reinforced to me. There's a power in fellowship. There's a power in a group of people coming together for a common cause, saying we don't want to do this anymore. And it's not necessarily the room, it's not necessarily the programme, it's the people. There's power in those people.
If I wouldn't have come into treatment and done what I did, then I wouldn't be here now. And there's no two ways about that. And look at this has saved my life.
I'd like to thank James, I'd like to thank Liam, and finally I'd like to thank my family for everything that you've done.
James, thank you so much. John, you've helped me so much now, getting out my comfort zone. And my family, I owe the biggest thank you to my family.
Sam, my key worker, oh my God, thank you, Sam, for sticking by me. I'm gonna have to thank James, and yeah, he's all right.
First of all, I'd like to thank my kids for being there for me and believing in me. My mum and my dad and my family around me. Judy Sutton for being there from day one.
Eve Chester, my probation officer, always having that faith there. The people who I didn't see who helped me to get here, the people who made the phone calls, the people who wrote the letters, the people who sent the emails, the people who will never meet. I want to thank you.
Just thank you to the whole of Acorn, even the building, for keeping me in it. That's silly to say, but it made me feel like comfy and, you know, like not scared.
'Cause